And different or 20 different types of foods. Frickin's only had 2. I mean, that was the play, right? Or you just played as a carnivore and then you didn't have to worry about it. I feel like the kobolds and trolls were really good back then because of just how annoying inventory management was. And you miss enchantments being good? Well, and do you mean just the base enchantments? Because I remember when enchantments were split. You could increase your accuracy or your damage. You had like the green scrolls and the red scrolls. That's wild. How did you do training then, Colgate? Basically, it's like using the auto mode here in this day and age, where yeah, it is just you train the skills you used. But essentially, if you weren't min-maxing, you didn't have to go into the little things. You just, as you fought, your weapon skill would be trained. Pretty sweet, pretty swell. So, no, it's definitely way better in its current system now, but you didn't technically have to do any silly stuff. It was just the meta, I think, for competitive players. And again, I was not a competitive player. I was way more into it for just the thrill of it all and having a good time. Thinking about old enchantments, just remind you how summoners used to get half experience. Oh yeah, I'm glad that Summoner's a bit more valid now. I had a lot of fun on our cat Summoner, actually. That was a decent shot at it. You remember when starting Enchanter spellbook had Charm Monster, not called Charm at that point in it, and happily mind control that out of depth 2-headed ogre to kill things for you? Oh yeah. Yes, you do not have to do it, but it seems like getting new stuff online is pretty hard without doing it. Well, and yeah, if you wanted to get new stuff online, like, you know, in the moment, definitely. I feel like a big part of that was that you just end up getting things online a lot later. And that was just kind of the way of the world and the way it was. Because, no, you are right that if you were playing a bit more of a competitive style, you would have run into issues. Let's see. Gradient life shouldn't be too bad. Oh, I do want to stay as a statue, though. Perfect. Unarmed combat up to level 20. Holy moly. Oh, lot they going. And what? This game had... Escaping Constriction seems to only care about enemy hit dice. Seems the blink was probably around 70% chance of success. The second scroll would have probably been 90% plus. That's way worse than I thought, though. I'm surprised I haven't run into that issue more often, honestly. That's very interesting to me. I mean, I'm happy that I haven't run into that issue very often, don't get me wrong, but I would have expected it to be way better odds in favor of the player just based on kind of an anecdotal, circumstantial experience. But okay, Stormform is down to 7% failure. I think that means it's time. So I need 4 more spell levels. How will I get it? OTR is still being used with decent frequency here. Fulminant Prism, not so much. I think I could get rid of. As much as it helped against the vampire earlier, I feel like it wasn't doing much of the heavy lifting. That was all on Irradiate. So Fulminant Prism, you've done great, friend. I appreciate it. Statue Form, I'm actually going to keep Statue Form around because I like having the options between the 3. Do not remove Prism. Oh, I don't know, Colgate. I might have to disappoint you here. I can Blink Bolt into Prism. Why would I Blink Bolt into Prism? I feel like I'm missing something there. Oh, because it's a target. Oh, because you need a target to Blink Bolt. Oh, that makes sense. I see what you're saying now. Well, it's between... I don't really want to get rid of IMB for similar defensive reasons. Let's see. I'll get rid of Statue Form for now, and we'll see how our defenses look. Or maybe, actually, I think I'll get rid of Dragon Form. I love Dragon Form so much with Manifold Assault. It's a great time. And we may bring it back. Again, we have lots of Amnesia, plus we have Sith Muna, so we can do this all day if we so desire. Let's start there. Dragon Form, you helped us out in a couple of tricky situations. Let's see where Stormform leaves us in terms of defensibility here, shall we? 18 AC, 33 evasion, so definitely lower AC, but that matters a little bit less at this stage in the game. 91 health is a bit rough, but look at us. That is freaking adorable. Doesn't get much better than that. And you might be reading the formula wrong. There's a variable you're not sure if it starts at 1 or 0. No worries, Rubbery. I appreciate the research and letting me know, because that's definitely, I mean, it still sounds about right to me, even though it's a bit worse odds than I expected. I feel like I get inordinately lucky a lot of the times in this game. Oh geez. What does this look like for all of you? No. Just say no to that. Maybe nothing popped up on your screen, but got some kind of Windows message there. Whoopsie daisies. But okie dokes, this is a Crystal Spear Tome. Hate that. Hate that. Oh, and oh my gosh, you never leave the house. You're so glad that we exist to tell you what to do. An earlier statement was starting at 0, but if it starts at 1, it'd be around 80%. Okay. Still, yeah, still the same thing, so I'd just assume you're right. Our weapon is Storm Pause. Storm Pause. It is a lovely thing to say at the least. Yeah, let's start slapping with said pause here. We'll probably just leave before any of those Crystal Sphere living spells make it my way, but that was just a taste, my new friends down in Depths 4. A taste of what's to come, really, at the end of the day. It's Manifold Assault spell power, probably not great, 62%. So yeah, not exceptional. That's fine. And of course, immediately run into electric immune enemies. Perfect. Well, let's switch over then, just temporarily here. You know, I was hoping you'd step up to me, but instead we'll just show. I was trying to take you upstairs, my friend. Having none of it here. And I'm not talking about the Northern Territory. And hello, Marjorie. Nice to see you. How you get the Mana spell? You basically just sit for long periods of time, get a little bit sweaty, and then it'll come to you. That's pretty good. Better than 100% in trunk at the moment for unarmed combat. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you did mention that earlier. But good to know, good to know. And now what do I do with you, my friend? You're wearing Shadow Dragon scales? Wait a second, that doesn't make you poison immune. Let's start channeling some magic here. You are going to be... You're not fire immune either. That does really hurt though. We're going to get the heck out of dodge. I was going to see if we could take care of Marjorie, but it always is a little bit rougher than it seems on the wrapper there. She starts dealing damage way more quickly than I care to admit. But that's fine. We'll just head right back over here. And enjoy what time we have left, shall we? Contribute to the cult's totem. I love that that extension is still online. Make sure you contribute to the cult's totem, folks. Very, very important part of the DCSS life cycle. Oh, that's really great. And, you know, is this a normal amount of Spriggans? Suspicion amount of Spriggans? What is the cult's totem? So that's from the game that I've been playing on Wednesdays lately, Cult of the Lamb. It has really fun Twitch integration that I've just left on. So in fact, yeah, you might even see the little icon on your screen somewhere. Probably should turn off the extension when I'm not playing the game, but not the end of the world either. Okie dokie. Ah, okay. There's our Crystal Tome friend. How much health do you have? 100? That's too much, you know? Has anyone ever told you that? At least none of the spells can get around to us right now, so... Small blessings, oh gosh. That's rough. No it's chat's points? Exactly, yeah. Essentially, you can contribute to the cult totem in that game, and I think once it gets to a certain level, it redeems it for like special rewards and stuff. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, you don't have to worry about doing it on these streams, unless you'd like to, in which case I'm down. Let's see, you are not immune to lightning. It is only 4 health. So if I, like, whip out one of these, that's, like, guaranteed to hit. You do just keep bringing out more, though, which I don't like. I gotta say, this is not how I was hoping to, spend this time. Let's, I guess, just keep blasting and hoping. Oh, one even came through. Jeez Louise. And as soon as the son of a gun is next to us, we gotta just start radiating up the wazoo. And... okay, you know what? Now's the time where we start just walking away from our troubles in life. Let's bring you upstairs, my friend. And that's much better. Okay. Quicksilver can kill spells, you think? Oh, for sure. I just didn't want to waste those charges, so I wanted to go with the lightning rod if at all possible, and it did work out for us, fortunately, so love to see it. And I really want to use Stormform more, but unfortunately, we're almost already at the stage in the game where it gets a little bit rough to use. Rather, we're right in the weird transition mode now where AC is still important. It's not quite like full torment issues, and lots of enemies are starting to become resistant to lightning. I think we'll still try to make it work. We still have like decent enough resistances. If anything cold comes at me, oh gosh, I'm terrified, but barring that, should be fine. So use statue form accidentally? Not accidentally, my friend. But yes, I'm still using statue form. Again, I like to start with the more defensive choice and then move on from there as we see fit. Stormform is cute and I very much find it cool, but I'm still not quite as a diehard supporter of it as I initially thought I would be. That being said, still doing incredible work for us here, especially with really solid unarmed like we have now. What spell power is Stormform at? Probably relatively low since our defenses are quite bad. Yeah, 40%. And in fact, we should take a look at our skills because we're just on unarmed right now. We'll keep unarmed on in the background, but I don't want it to be the focus, or at the very least, I want something else kind of in focus here. So we could raise our transmutation spell power to get our defenses looking a little bit better. We could train dodging since Stormform doesn't sacrifice dodging in the same way that Statue Form does, so we can potentially rely on that a little bit more. Though you'll know my opinions there. A little bit sketchy anytime you rely on chance, but I do love to do it. Fighting I might turn on as well. In fact, fighting and unarmed combat are just going to be on flat out after a certain point in the game. Zero Evo is quite the statement. You know, if we had more rechargeable evocables, I probably would have trained some by now. As is, I don't know if I can be darned. But translocations or transmutations could both do with some. In fact, let's just turn everything on at this point. I'm not feeling too picky at the moment. So let's just see what happens, shall we? And you, my friend. Ah, now that's interesting. That is very interesting indeed. If I can take this Juggernaut for a bit of a ride, use the extra speed, I won't even be using a transmutation form. And instead, we'll just try to kite that son of a gun. They do move quickly, actually, so I don't think that's going to work, now that I've given it even a moment's of thought. Oh, hello there. Okay, so instead, what can we do? We could put butterflies out, because the Juggernaut would waste some attacks on them. Could use Scroll of Summoning, again, largely just getting bodies out there, something to to deal with our problems in life, I will kill the fire giant real quick. And then it's just you and me, Juggernaut. Just you and I. Butterfly near displacement seems fun. Fulminant Prism is great against the Juggernaut. I guess you can, yeah, trigger them to attack it. Hey, you just have to, I'd have to make sure that I put it in the right spot, like there. And now that I'm next to them, though, yeah, that's what we knew was coming. Well, let's blink away. Oh, I got very lucky. I mean, I'll take it. 3% chance to avoid my pause. Probably fairly low damage. We could potentially die here, but we have 2 extra lives stored up. Just in case. Alternatively, I could just eat the contamination. I think I'm just gonna eat the contamination. Let's see if we get... Oh, no mutations coming from it. That is very swell. And then we'll just walk away. Break the wrist, walk away. Fantastic. Stealth is super cheap at the moment. Right, and probably could use it to at least potentially wake up less things at a time, like in Zot. Probably would be a good idea. Hello, my bone dragon friend. You are resistant to electricity. Aren't they all? But let me just, like, do one of those for now. And then we can just go about our day. Otherwise, feeling good, feeling fresh. Having both fire and ice at the same time is not great for us. Unfortunately, not in a good spot in that regard. But there we go. Ring of Protection can not be picked up for the time being here. Yeah, those miscasts definitely causing a decent amount of contamination, but not the end of the world. And... beautiful. Let's actually resort to the old-fashioned OTR Night Poison combo. Why the heck not? Oh, and you know, I kind of went off of autopilot there. I was debating not going further into intelligence. We're good in terms of casting at the moment. Could, you know, increase our spell power a bit. Always fantastic. But I am slightly concerned at only having 3 strength. Definitely if we were going into extended, I would have by now thrown some points that direction, but regardless, it might be a decent idea to be a little protective in that regard. I'm not going to come back there yet. Let's instead take a little bit of a detour here. Oops, not caps lock. There we go. Let's, oh, I was going to say finish off the rest of this floor, but hold up. Let's deal with Marjorie first, I guess. What do we wish to do with you? You've got trained stealth during your Felid run, Collier. It's probably a good idea to put summon strength, especially when using unarmed combat. That is true, yeah, it would increase that side of things too. Then again, you would have put 2 intelligence there as well. It's hard not to, right? When you're mostly a spellcaster, it's always the temptation. Well, let's walk away for now. Probably just gonna leave this encounter again. A little bit riskier than I should have gone for, but that's Marjorie, baby. Let's see, where does this take me? This spot should be looking a little bit more clear now at this stage of the game. Fantastic. Not too shabby whatsoever. And we can kind of just stay here and abuse the stairs at least a smidge, just a little bit. Perfect. Hello, my friend. You could come right this way. Wonderful, thank you kindly. You know, she always shows up, no matter where you're hosting your birthday party. Apparently Marjorie's going to be there. Jeez Louise. Stormform, only 6% failure rate. Unfortunately, hitting it a little more often than I'd like. At the very least, I like having statue form as our backup there for if we need to recast in a frightful situation. Don't love that. We could peek the ziggurat. I don't really feel a huge need to. At the end of the day, I would probably rather like go to Elf, which we haven't even touched. Could have tons of treasure in it. Slime is where I'm thinking we're going for rune 3 here. Potentially, I'm still a little hesitant in that regard. But would have a bunch of treasure there as well to potentially change the course of our game. You know, we have a decent amount of teleport, we have blinking. Maybe I do take a break from depths for now, and let's start thinking about that third rune, shall we? Also should take a peek at all the spells in our book, because we do have access to Divine Exegesis. So, what would I potentially want to use that on in the future? I mean, Shatter and Polar Vortex, always contenders. There's great reason to do a Zig. Oh, always. For treasure, for experience, and it's fun. That's a great reason, actually. That's a good point. I didn't quite consider that one. Scary in many ways, but it is fun. Let's see, I might hold off unless we know it. Never know what you face in there. Oh yeah, that's really rolling the die. Could I use Dragon Call with Exegesis? I believe I can. That was another one that was definitely on my mind. Get a nice army at our disposal. Doesn't seem too bad, not too shabby whatsoever. And... we do not have MCC, unfortunately. I would love to have that available, because then I'd definitely just go murder the royal jelly. Don't know how to make it to slime, huh? How about that? Well, let's go to lair 4, I guess? Not having MCC is a rookie mistake. You know? Yeah, that's my bad. Should have gotten luckier. And actually, it probably is available in a shop somewhere, hey? Maxwell. Wait. Crap. Hold up. Let's try that again. Was it really that cheap? Let's view it. There we go. Took me a while. Holy crap, that's actually very cheap. I think I will actually... Let's go snag that son of a gun right now. We're kind of going back and forth and all over the place, but that's fine. We have tons of Zot turns if I had to guess. Again, kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Don't know that for a fact, but I believe this to be the case. Let's grab that, then let's head back to lair. And now that's at least an option for Divine Exegesis. That's a really good use of Divine Exegesis to just delete something. In fact, could go back for Frederick. Frederick can bring in a Spellforge Servitor, which is the kind of flip side there. But not the end of the world. And you, my friends. This is probably how I was trying to deal with you back in the day. Feel a bit more experienced. Perfect. I don't know if I can reach this one quite as easily, but we can overlap a couple of those, then dodge around the corner, and boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. In my room. And perfect. There we have it. Not too shabby here. Could beat Sigmund with it. You know, I think it's the only way that we could possibly beat Sigmund. Truly an impossible feat. But okay. You buddies, okay. Stormform should do okay. I do have corrosion resistance, right? Yes, I do. We don't have cold resistance at the moment, and we don't need fire resistance, so we can take that off. Do I go for the willpower? We have 3 pips, which is alright for the most part. And right, these are enemies chase to friendly slimes. GDO will do that to you. I guess we could even just wear like a strength ring, as weird as that is at this stage in the game. I guess AC is the other option, so that when we're in storm form, we're at least over 20. Definitely just bring you kiddos right on upstairs. And irradiate, make short work of just about anyone that we come across in this day and age. Love to see it. Let's start with some manifold assaults, and then again just take you two right on up. Beautiful. And jeez Louise. Acid blobs. Who knew? Even with resistance. Quite the pain in the rear here. I guess that's the one kind of downside to Stormform over the other ones, is it doesn't come with a built-in health increase. Still pretty sweet and really good damage, which I'm always a fan of. But that is something to keep in mind, is that not only in just kind of AC and evasion stats, or AC stats I should say, but even just in terms of health there, we're looking a little lackluster. But it seems to be working out pretty well, and the reason why I walked back the evasion thing is because obviously we just have better evasion. That's kind of the whole selling point of Lightning Form. Unlike Sif, you don't know many secrets, but you wish me good luck in Slime. Thanks, Peacock, I appreciate it. We'll do our best, we'll see how it goes. And resistances are okay, Colgate. Fortunately, poison and electricity we get through both of our forms. Fire and cold, we have to pick one. We don't ever have both, so that's the rough that's the rub, the rough point that we found ourselves in here. So I'm hoping that we come across some artifacts somewhere along the line here. You're probably resistant to electricity, right? You are, yay. And you can knock me off my stairs. I don't really want mutations. Why pick one? Because we can't have both. No, I want to keep this on for a resist corrosion and that int +4. A little bit of positive energy didn't hurt nobody, and we just don't have a ring that gives us the other two, and no artifact amulets in the whole game so far, unfortunately. Let's try and take you upstairs. Please, please, please. Beautiful. Not too shabby. And then that shining eye can just immediately go down. Love to see it. And that puts us in a fairly decent spot here, all things considered. I should take these buddies upstairs, but instead we'll just use the nice cleave attack that we get with Storm Paws to make short work of them. Not too bad whatsoever. Not having to juke slimes to not eat loot is also something you're not used to in slime. You know, it definitely is a nice thing on our end. You gotta enjoy the simple pleasures, as it were. That shining eye, little bit sketchy, worried about their mutations, but no dice on their end. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, let's not walk into that by accident. And okie dokie. Ooh, not too bad whatsoever for Slime 4 here. We should probably get some cold resistance against this one son of a gun. Then we'll just irradiate through the rock slimes if at all possible. That's beautiful, not too shabby. Ooh, almost let that buddy get snowballing with the summons, but fortunately managed to figure it out. And then let's see, we have 3 magic mappings. I don't technically need magic mapping for slime, I just generally like to use it. Specifically, so I can just put big old notes on all the entrances and not have to worry about such things. Okie doke, let's head back to our stairwell with, you know, our new compadres all following with. You know what, that's real close to making work of all these sons of guns. Let's just keep it going. Directions and the Arsonist. Sounds like a good read. An interesting read, I should say, at the very least. Let's quickly heal up, go back in for the Quicksilver, and yeah, nothing really we need from the book, but still a cool title. I like it. That's the secret true benefit of worshipping Sif Muna, is you get all the god books that have way more interesting titles. and the like, and fun spell combinations as well, I guess. I should also, before I forget, drop another exclusion there real quick. Don't know where that acid blob went, and I'm slightly concerned. There you are. There he is. Look at that cutie. Perfect. Well, not too shabby. Oh gosh, I have hair right in my face somewhere or another. And let us, first of all, check out any stair we come across, just so we have some options for when things go south, for when things get dire. That's always nice. In fact, look at that. The other one's right here, and we can go about it the opposite direction instead. Why not just MCC everything? Actually, yeah, I don't think I have enough air magic to actually cast MCC. I was mostly keeping it as a secret weapon in the background. No, unfortunately, it's a little bit slow to use it as a be-all end-all for dealing with all your problems in life, though it is cool. It's a very fun spell, and I largely use it for extended games, but yeah, unfortunately not fluent in air. We're working on it. Feel frail. That's just what I needed. Even less health. Ooh. That's a bit rough. We might end up doing some roulette to get rid of that. I don't know if it's worth it just on its own to forcefully get rid of. I feel like we might want to see if we get a few more going. I play extended games. Yeah, I haven't done much extended game stuff since the rework of all the late branches, but on camera, I mean, the only extended game that we've done on camera is with a Felid character way back in the day. So, you know, I should just be a natural. Can almost do it. Now, still scared of the new Hells. Mostly just haven't played any extended games. I'm actually very excited for the new Hells. It was an update that really got me going because I thought that they were a little bland and I wanted some more flavor and some more excitement in my late game. But just haven't really had the opportunity. Don't really have the time for extended games, if we're being honest, these days. But I am planning potentially to, once we are done this series, or once we've, you know, achieved this unofficial great player status, I think I will go through and do an extended run, maybe a couple, depending on how it all goes down. We'll have to see. But definitely a fan of MCC, or actually more so, was it? It was MCC by then. I was trying to remember if in that 15-rune Felid run it was still absolute 0, but I think it was after the change. Definitely don't quote me on that, but it sounds about right to me. Oh, hi there, Your Highness.